The 9.0 magnitude earthquake and tsunami that rocked Japan on March 11, 2011 has grave consequences for the current and future global economy. This natural disaster became very complicated when flooding resulted in partial meltdowns at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power station. Radiation pervaded the skies, reaching Tokyo and even the west coast of the United States. The levels, however, were reported as negligible. Despite reassurances, public opinion is turning on the nuclear industry after decades of slowly developing trust. Decades after the mismanaged nuclear disasters of 3 Mile Island in Pennsylvania and Chernobyl in Ukraine, global furor was finally cooling enough to support nuclear growth once again. This source of energy is clean and efficient. A significant reliance upon it is the only present way to meet energy needs and goals mitigating climate change. This is now threatened in the wake of the earthquake and the accompanying uproar and panic from the general public. Immediately after the 3 Mile Island incident in 1979, the commissioning of new power plants halted in the United States. Public fear rapidly obstructed development. Only recently did that fear abate, especially with growing interest in reducing dependency on politically volatile and climate-changing fossil fuels. A 2009 Gallup poll showed a record high of 59% of the American public supporting nuclear power. President Obama, whose campaign was supported on the promises of clean energy, including 80% clean electricity by 2035, is portioning $36 billion for new reactor programs. However, a poll conducted after Japan's nuclear disaster shows a 6% increase from 2010 in Americans opposing the construction of more plants. What comes to mind when nuclear power is mentioned? Perhaps disaster, explosions, green mutants. Nuclear power can evoke sensational images provided by the media to an ignorant public, and this is capable of abruptly halting the industry's progress, as it did in the wake of the 1979 3 Mile Island incident. The power of the public voice is strong and can be manipulated by stakeholders with ulterior agendas, like fossil fuel industries. For example, the coal industry. It's expected to profit enormously from recent events in Japan. Both coal and nuclear share the majority slice of the United States' electricity generation. However, a coal source producing 1,000 megawatts of electricity emits 6.5 million tons of carbon dioxide, as well as sulfur dioxide and nitrous oxide. Yet the equivalent production of electricity from a nuclear source only produces 35 tons of waste. Since nuclear power became a significant source in the early 1970s, it has not allowed the dirtiest of fossil fuels, and an industry prone to accidents and deleterious health, to dominate the electricity market, which is expected to double in demand by 2050. But if events today unfold similarly to 1979, coal and other sources will reclaim the large electricity market share that nuclear saved, and degradation will ensue. Public support for the nuclear industry is collapsing, and fears rising despite critical geographic and technological differences between Japan and the United States. It is likely that public attitude on fossil fuels will ease, allowing for coal to regain the ground that the Green Revolution so laboriously fought for.
As Bill Gates said at a technology conference in 2010, advanced civilization is based on advances in technology.
Fear and ignorance should not dictate our national policies, but rather reason. Knowledge of these matters is critical and should not be forgotten in the face of pressure and sensationalism.